Hi, hello, Merry Christmas, everyone. This season, me and my daughter have prepared a special Spanish treat, a popular Christmas treat in Spain, with a twist of the very special Turrón de Yema de Tostada. When my daughter came back from her vacation in Spain in the summer of this year, she brought us packs of special turrón from that country. When I tasted it, it was acceptably sweet and deliciously nutty, and I really liked it. And so today, I'm going to show you how we made our own version of Turrón de Yema de Tostada, putting my way of doing big batches for parties and potlucks and gift giving. And also, I'm going to show you the easy way of making the caramelized topping that's uniformly colored and not susceptible to burning. So we thought of doing this as a special gift with personal touch to our friends this Christmas. So now what you see is when we were preparing the sugar syrup. As it is intended to be gifts for friends of 25 families, what you see now is the fourth batch of sugar syrup preparation. Hence, the white stuff you see on the side of the pan is actually dried up sugar, which is forming during the stirring of the sugar syrup. We would put off the heat and would do final reheating when we're about to add it to our turrón mixture. So to make this, we would start with a sugar syrup. For every batch, we would need 3 cups of water, 2.5 cups of white sugar, and liberal amount of almond extract, for me about 10 drops. So in a pan, we would boil the sugar solution until all sugar is dissolved and the solution becomes clear with consistency like a thick syrup. It should be a flowing syrup, not the very thick consistency. Then for the turrón mixture, we would need 21 egg yolks for every bag of almond flour. I bought the almond flour from Costco, which is available in 1.36 per bag or 3 pounds or 14 cups. You could also grind your own almond, but that would need lots of work from you. So when we were in this session, we were actually making 4 bags as we intended to give this as gifts to friends. So the sugar syrup is prepared, the egg yolks have been separated from the whites. We're now ready to mix them together with the almond flour to make the turrón mixture. So now we will pour half of the flour to the mixing bowl, then add half of the egg yolks, then we would turn the mixer on. Just to speed up, after short mixing, we would add half of the sugar syrup and then stir the mixture again. Just note that if the sugar in the syrup has recrystallized, we just make sure to return the solution to the stove to get it fully dissolved again before adding it to the mixture. So when you see the turrón mixture has been mixed properly, add the remaining sugar, the flour, egg yolk, and mix again until it's fully blended. You will note that I didn't put all remaining sugar syrup this time, as I could see the texture was just enough and the sweetness is within my preferred level. And so with this batch, I ended up using 2.5 cups of the sugar syrup I prepared. Now it's all up to you depending on the sweetness that you like, but for me this is the kind of sweetness that I like, and also it's bringing the right consistency, hardness of the turrón mixture for me. Also, it is important for the sugar syrup to be used right after it has boiled, because the heat from the syrup is the one that would cook the egg yolks in this turrón mixture. Of course, the stirring by the mixer would also create heat of friction, which would also facilitate the cooking of the egg yolk in the mixture. So there are only 4 ingredients in this special treat. Of course, the almond flour, sugar, egg yolk, and almond extract. It's very simple and very easy to make.
Getting right. Okay.
So now this is done and we're ready to transfer it into a molding tray. I suggest line the tray with a shrink wrap material. The tray would serve as a mold for our turon mixture while we are firming up the texture inside the refrigerator. This size of large tray will contain 1 full batch or even more. So after transferring everything into the tray, we would cover again with shrink wrap so we could level the surface while pressing down mixture by the palm of our hands. Then finally, using the back of a flat ladle, we'll press down the mixture to firm up more. Just compacting the mixture. You would notice some spots with different color from another batch on this tray. Just don't worry about that because this wouldn't show anyway when the topping has been placed. And for this formula, it would take overnight only to make it firm inside the refrigerator, but it won't be too hard. So if you end up using more water, you may need up to 2 days to make the mixture firm. But for this one here, it's just enough for an overnight. So we made a total of 3 trays using 4 bags of almond flour and 84 egg yolks and 1 small bottle of almond extract. So now the mixture is taken out of the fridge. We would transfer the hardened turon on another tray, and this time we will be using a parchment paper with a thin layer of butter to make sure the mixture won't stick to the surface, and we would line it on the tray. Then we would just unwrap the hardened turon and we would flip the tray containing the mix. Then flip the tray containing the mixture to transfer the mold into the tray. See? Perfect. And just we'll remove the shrink wrap, and we would proceed to slicing the hardened turon into squares. For the topping, we would need to beat 2 egg yolks and 2 tablespoons full of red sugar. Then, we would apply the beaten egg mixture over the entire surface using brush. So this is how the turon mixture would look like after the beaten egg sugar mixture has been brushed on the surface. Then after that, I would put them in the oven for this batch. I set it up at 400 degrees Fahrenheit under grill or broiler setting. And it has taken me a total of 7 minutes to get to the final color that I want. If you're following this recipe, make sure that you don't leave the batch in the oven, especially at the 5-minute mark, because it may start to sizzle at that time, and if in that stage, the browning would proceed fast. So, of course, you don't want your turon to have burnt topping when you come back, right? So now, this is the final product with the right brownness that I like. The brown topping is actually caramelized sugar in the egg sugar mixture. And now here I am just slicing it into blocks so I could give it to friends. But if you're serving it in a party, just leave it in the tray and that's fine. So that's all, folks. I hope that you got inspired by my sharing today and you would decide to make your own Turrones de Yema de Tostada. Thank you and good luck!